Hi, my blossoms. Welcome back to my channel. Just a messenger 828. Authentically me, authentically you. We forever bloom. YouTube, I do not own the rights to anything you hear in the background. It's not for my entertainment purposes. It is for my child's. With all of that being said, please do excuse the background. Now, I want to say I got a few things, a few downloads. I've been chilling, y'all. Like I said, I've been chilling. I've been chilling on the readings. I've been chilling. I'm gonna say right now, the enemy is attacking extremely hard. Extremely hard. It could be through the people in your household, outside of your household. So just be aware. Because God got you. But just be aware. Um, Speak your peace always, but be aware, okay? Because the tomfoolery begun early for me. All right, so there's a sorry y'all, I'm looking for it. There is a subject that Spirit wanted me to come back and visit. If you don't know, I did a reading on Soylent Green. Excuse me. And that's what we're going to be revisiting. So at this moment, I'm looking for the card because it is referenced. I'm just going to expand on it. I know I'm supposed to be talking about the movie and how it correlates, but it's been a while since I watched the movie. And I'm not. I don't have time to do that. But I can talk briefly about it, right? So from what I remember from the movie, some of the parallels and some of the differences was that eventually at some point the people that were able to hold jobs, right, because there was a lot of people that could not hold a job, or they just didn't have jobs for it either, but the people that hold jobs or had positions of high caliber, they were put up in like a luxury condo, something like that, right? And they had pretty much live-in wives. They weren't wives though. They were like Oshuns, right? They took care of the house. They cooked, cleaned, and entertained for the guests they would have, because they would have parties. Were they Diddy parties or something like it? I don't know, but they would have parties, and they would be the hostess. Okay, crippling economic system is to the point where every major city was like barricaded off with a wall, and people was sleeping on the street. Like people was literally, I'm not saying people, oh, they sleeping on the streets, like no, like you would leave your house to go somewhere and you would literally be tiptoeing past people sleeping on the stairs, sleeping on the sidewalk, sleeping on the street in this movie. It got that bad. So obviously overpopulation. Um, Earth is not the same anymore. Like Earth has lost her greenery. People are like, what are horses? Yeah. People are like, meat. What is that? Yeah. Like that's how bad it was. And it had got to the point where Soylent Green, which is like a tablet, like it's supposed to be like, oh, this is packed with all of the nutrients you need. And there was green, yellow, and red, I think, or blue. Pretty much there were different colors. Soylent Green was the one. It was supposed to be like seaweed or something like that, that was being harvested or whatever and produced. It was supposed to be that. No, what it actually was the fact that they had options for people to just, take themselves on out of there real comfortably. And they mostly had it for the elderly. Okay, for them to just go ahead and bow out gracefully out of this life. If you catch my drift. So those people will bow out gracefully, they pretty much, they take the bodies. They would take the bodies, and the dude followed it. And he's an investigator. He followed the trucks. He rode on the trucks. He followed the trucks, and he's like, okay, they take the bodies to a Soylent Green plant where they become Soylent Green. Hence, Soylent Green is people. And then the last reading that I did on this matter, which I'll probably end up putting somewhere or linking it somewhere. You are what you eat. Also, it kind of gave communion too to me, because the communion tablets, you know my child's opening the blinds, but you see the light came in a little bit on that. Okay, but it gives that also. Okay, but that was just a little bit, a tidbit of what I remember from the movie. So I guess that was most of it. Yeah, because then I find it. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about Soylent Green. Okay. Soylent Green. Yeah. um Before I get into it, if you guys would like a personal reading and all that jazz, um that information will be in the description box below. Also, you guys can check out all the things in the description. It will give where you can send donations or payment for the readings. Also, check out my Amazon wish list, okay? Because it is there for you if you would like to donate, okay? So let's just see, multi God, what are the messages that you have in regards to this Soylent Green? What are the information? What is the information that you need the collective to know about Soylent Green? Multi God. All right, like this information is easing you all into alignment. Okay, this is like a gradual opening up of truth, essentially, right? The gradual opening up of what actually happens behind the scenes, because I wouldn't be led to watch that movie if it wasn't true, even in the slightest, right? Yeah, we got let's get creative. So they had to get creative in that movie. They had to get creative on how they were going to feed the people. And so that's how they decided to do it. Um in that movie, also there was a higher up, a big shot of that Soylent company in the movie. Okay? Uh that ended up expiring. Okay? I can't remember if it was by his own hand or if he was just um uh, uh conspired expire. But either way, he ended up expiring, and before he did so, he went to the chapel and he confessed to the father. And that's what he confessed to the father, because the father's attitude was a little different too, and people were noticing that, like, oh, father blah 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 has been off lately. That's because he knew the secret that old boy that expired himself knew. He couldn't deal with it. He was riddled with the guilt of how they were feeding the masses at that time in the movie. Okay, with Freaky Fred energy, with Freaky Fred energy coming out along with this is giving that Freaky Fred is giving Diddy, right? But Freaky Fred preyed on the younger generations, if you get what I'm saying. So, persons that would prey on those younger generations to do their Freaky Fred activities, they get creative also with how they like I said in the movie, where the bodies would go when those persons, the elderly, chose to gracefully bow out, right? So these Freaky Fred energies, they once again prey on the younger generations. And once they're done doing what they're doing, whatever it is, right? But you whatever it is, okay? Um, to get rid of evidence or remains, they, yeah, if you get what I'm saying, the soylent green is people, yeah. If you get what I'm saying, then you get what I'm saying. No, no, no. I said no. To Muslim, yeah, no. Sorry, y'all. This one might not be long. They wanted me to just touch back on this briefly because I did say I would. I did say that I would do this, um, especially after I watched the movie, but it didn't happen yet. Clearly, here I am now. I'm not gonna take that. Hold on. Anything else? Most I got from this deck in regards to Soylent Green that you need the collective to know. Excuse me. Hold on, let me come back, y'all. So boom. So like they pretty much treat it like factory, like venison, like cows. You become a product or a byproduct of pretty much whatever they can make a profit off of. With Beyond Two Souls coming out, once again, this is an excellent game. I advise everyone to the games that do come out. Please go and watch gameplay on it, or if you are a person that actually likes to play the game, it's available for you. Play Beyond Two Souls. It's a really good game. Um, with this game, it, it's in the title, souls. Like, so a soul is connected to another soul. So there's a young lady that ever since she can remember when she was younger, she had um a imaginary friend or a friend who could move things and do things for her. He would protect her. With all that being said, pretty much she ended up being a weapon for the army because of her link with that soul. It became an asset for them. So there's children, once again, this is dealing with children. There's children that, Freaky Fred energies prey upon. Some of these children have abilities, psychic abilities, special abilities, links with different souls and different spirits that will handle some things for them. Akira too, in that sense. there's children that have been ooh, 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 boom. I had to lay it out. Okay. There are individuals out here that have that ability, okay, and you're being eased into alignment, right? So collective, you might have these abilities, some way, shape, or form. Take out resonates is going to show up in different ways for everybody, but you have abilities that are going to expose and alleviate, and it's going to make things better, like to get to the promised land. Milk and honey coming out next. Let's get creative. Like you're getting creative with spirit in order to get to the promised land, to where you don't have to live in a land where everyone is piled up on each other on the streets, where we're forced to eat other people by way of a tablet. We can eat meat, we can, you know what I'm saying, like because that is a possible outcome. Like that movie was literally based off in a world where da 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 da, it's a possible outcome. So shifting a timeline is significant. Not being in that timeline where that could happen. Yeah. Pentagram coming out under Freaky Fred with Drag Me to Hell at the bottom. So automatically, boom, these people that are doing this it's pretty much forced cannibalism, are going to be dragged to hell. These are people that deal with pentagrams, not so much in the sense of like money, but more so in the sense of like spell work, right? And it is money too, because it's all for the greed. It's all for the greed. Um, but when you go to the promised land, the land of milk and honey, you will receive plentiful pentacles. The pentacles, right? This is a pentagram, but pentacles in the tarot, a pentacle is drawn like a pentagram is drawn in a pentacle. And this is just things that metastasize and root and ground into the 3D.